We are live here, and welcome to the Real Housewives of Atlanta After Show here on theStreamtv. You want to make sure you include that hashtag and let us know all your questions and your feedback at hashtag RHOAAS. Honey, I know you got a lot to say, especially after this episode. It might have been called No More Apologies, but I don't even think a peach cobbler from Gladys Knight's signature kitchen in downtown Atlanta could make up for these apologies, okay?
Ooh, God.
We got Fellatio relations all the way to beige on beige crime, and we're gonna talk about it all. But before we do, we wanna give a shout out to Crescent Speak. It is a blog. Thank you for your support. You can hit her up at Crescent Speak on Twitter as well. So thank you, girlfriend. And when I say we, I am referring to my lovely and beautiful dynamic co-host.
Well, hello.
To my left, I got all the way from Brooklyn, yo, Nadia B. Hello. And to my far right, I have my girl, my Southern Belle, true Southern Belle, that is.
Oh, you're so sweet. It's me, Megan Thomas. I'm just country. Just country.
And to my immediate right, my girl, Shawn Richardz.
I got a lot of purring going on. Hello, hello.
All right, we're going to jump right into it, y'all, because we got a lot to cover.
Yes, we do.
Okay,
Yes, we
first off, Apollo and Phaedra. Ladies, do you think Phaedra is handling this situation to the best of her ability right now with everything that's going on?
For me, I'm going to have to say she's doing the best she can without having any physical altercations with him, because I'd probably want to pop him so hard. This is a disgrace to the family.
Yeah.
It's she has 2 boys she's going to have to raise by herself with her mom.
Yeah.
And that it's just unheard of that at this point in her life that she's got to deal with this situation. I'm really disappointed in him, even more than I thought I was, especially after this. Okay, let's not even talk about it.
Oh, gosh, honey. I want to call Apollo Mr. Excuses because he seems to have a lot of them. And for a minute there, I was a little upset. Well, not upset, but I did say, you know, maybe Phaedra's not handling this the best because she ignored Apollo when he asked, what time is his appointment?
Yeah.
But that might have been she might have been giving him silent treatment so she didn't karate chop his face. rightly so. So I give her that. But I will say this. She is going to do an amazing job raising those boys to be strong black men, like she says, because look at Ayden. He's bright. The boy is
brilliant.
He speaks
And perceptive.
very well. Yes. So perceptive.
I know.
Dad
I
comes in.
think Phaedra is destroyed. Like, I see her really, really upset, and I don't think she has anything in her. Like, she seems really sad. She's a really strong woman, but to me, she's really, really destroyed. She doesn't want to show it, just like when there was rumor of Apollo cheating, she always kept a smile on her face.
Yeah.
So I feel like we don't really know how she's feeling right now, and Apollo is playing the victim, and it's just very annoying.
And I think it's rightfully so, you know, with everything that's going on. But I will say, Phaedra, girl, you look good.
Oh, she looks good. No. That breakup look is good. That breakup look is good. She looks she probably looks the best to me, I think, since she started the show.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Right.
Get better and better. They usually do.
And what about Apollo now wanting a divorce right before going to jail? He's going to the moneymaker lawyer. It's really weird to me. It's like he's trying to get
And who's going to pay his legal
something.
fees? Because doesn't he owe a lot of people money? So I'm real confused. That whole
And every argument they have, he will always make sure that he is talking about what he has contributed financially.
Right.
Which is
what stealing people's money and Social Security cards. I love it that Claudia mentioned that, but we'll go back to that later. But
yes,
anyway,
we're gonna get more into Phaedra and Apollo later. But I do want to talk about NeNe and her debut on Circus Soleil.
Yes.
All we have to say, it's all about the lines.
It's all
Peaches.
about the lines.
All about
the lines.
It's all about the lines. What do you ladies think about her debut?
I mean, I give it to her. She looks good for a drag queen. She looks really good for a drag queen. No, I give it to it seems like she did well. So congratulations, NeNe, on your Cirque du Soleil
I think she
opening night. I don't think there's anything else I can really say.
She looked gorgeous.
I don't know, but I did see her bring it down to a little bit of a humble pie. She wasn't as, I don't know. She's like
gregarious.
Yeah, she's a little bit. Yeah, okay. Okay, yes, all of those things. But I felt like she was a little humble after her performance. It was like, wow, you know, I give her a pat on the back. You got to give her a pat on the back.
I think that's what I said. I congratulate her on, you know, I'm a NeNe hater. Y'all already know
I know.
that. I give her a pat on the back because she is telling the truth. To learn all her lines and to know all of her cues in a week, she did that.
But that's
I
what
give it to her.
actors do.
Right.
So I mean, you know, what do actors do? That's what they
In
do.
a much
So-
shorter time period. I might
Yeah,
add.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I think
true.
she looked great, and she embraced the fact that they chose her because she kind of looked like a drag queen. So
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't. Yeah,
she has no
that's
problem
true.
with that. But I think her storyline this season is a little weak. I don't know if it's gonna get better, but I mean, she's
point.
famous and an important character, you know, in all the seasons. She's
Yeah.
one of the original. But her storyline,
Right.
like
Yeah,
we
what
saw
can,
her
what are
5
her and
minutes.
Greg going to contribute besides the fact that she's going to talk about how much many roles that
Exactly.
she's
What are you
gotten
doing
and
in Broadway?
you know, how
But what
successful
else?
she
You need
is.
drama, girl.
Yeah,
No, hopefully
very
it'll come with
true.
her son and her, because you know her son has some issues. He just had a baby, I think. Like it's a lot of stuff going on.
yeah.
With her. So maybe they'll
They
bring
might
it
be
to her
off
family
camera though.
drama.
She might not want any of that on camera.
She
Yeah.
got a little pull now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked NeNe when she was talking about being on the show and accepting that drag queen-ism within her. And it brought me back to the original NeNe. And I think that humble part has
Because people
starting to
on
creep back
social
in.
media were not feeling NeNe last week. It was
Yeah.
it was not good, and it was due to the ego. I think there was a lot of
Right.
ego involved. And hey, we're giving you the props. We're giving you the props. You know?
Yes.
So
Speaking of social media, let's make sure you guys tweet us at hashtag RHOAAS.
Yes.
I always want to say something else, but I'm not going to. So tweet us your questions and let us know what's on your mind. And I know you got a whole lot to say about these peaches. Now, given the fact Kenya and Brandon, am I saying that right? It's
Brandon.
Brandon.
It's Brandon.
Brandon, her good friend. Do you think Brandon was right in saying you need to get back to your old self, Kenya? And let me tell you, he is good with the one-liners.
He is.
Beige
Oh,
on beige
yes.
crime,
Yes,
and
Brandon.
what did he say? Oh, give it to God, wrap it up and give it to God.
Wrap it up and
and-
give it to God.
It's
I think
all-
Brandon is a great behind kisser, and he wants that camera time because obviously he doesn't have anything going on really. He's just Kenya's assistant, which I don't even think he's getting paid for it. But he's just like all up in Kenya's behind. And I don't know. I don't really
But
like
you don't
him.
think
I
that's
don't
just a good friend? I mean, I
don't
don't
think
see
he
it
has
being a
good
really
intentions.
True, I think he's a true friend. I mean, listen, he got busted in his ribs for her.
Right,
So I
right.
mean, I would.
And
I
he
would,
took up for her.
He
did.
did really just stand in for her. So I have to
you know,
say.
I think this. I agree with you. I think he's a good friend. I mean, because he came over there to say, "Girl, clean your stuff up and get up off your butt. You need to get back to
Yeah.
working." And that's a good friend that will call you on your stuff and say, "You've been miserable enough.
Yeah.
let's get
Right.
up
Yeah.
and let's sing this song.
Yeah.
Make up
And
maybe
you
a
see her
good
energy
friend
changed after that.
would
She got really
avoid
excited. You know?
Right.
the fight. No, he probably would have tried to calm down the situation instead of escalating a situation. To me, it looks a little bit like you want to be on camera, like a little bit phony to me. But I mean, I don't know how long they knew each other.
They've
but
known each other for a long time.
Yeah,
Right? They
they
have.
have.
So I mean,
I think doesn't everyone on this show want to have camera time? Isn't that why they came on this show?
Yeah. and the thing is, if you're not spicing it up, you're not getting any camera time.
Right.
Portia. Okay. Let's move on let's move on quickly to Kandi and Mama Joyce.
Ow.
Wow.
Woo! And this whole house situation. And ladies, what do you think? Do you think Kandi is justified in terms of buying her a house down the street, I might add, after she didn't want the first house she got her? And it seems as though Kandi is buying her way back into her mother's graces, even though they're cool. They have some issues. What do you ladies what's your take on this?
Shawn, is Mama Joyce still your homegirl?
Wow.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
you some Mama Joyce.
I need the violins playing right now because I am really like Mama Joyce really got me. Oh, I was
Yeah.
just like, damn. I mean, the great thing is that Kandi is in the place to buy her mother a house. That's the great
yeah.
thing
Right,
about
right.
it. But I don't know if my mom, who is deceased by the way, I don't know if my mom or dad would want me to buy them a house in that
Right.
way. Like they would, you know, oh God.
She's really emphasized the whole money thing, and she's good when Kandi is not with a man. And Mama Joyce won over a lot of fans in the beginning of the show, when she first came out, and she was giving NeNe advice when she was going through that divorce with Greg the first time. I mean, and people loved her.
Yeah,
now
you're
it's
right.
the switcheroo. You know, you like, okay, what is she on?
Mama Joyce has a husband, right?
No, a boyfriend. A boyfriend.
Okay, well, he needs to marry her because she needs a life of her own. Because she's all up in Kandi's life, and at first, I get what Kandi is doing. You buy your mom a house, you have the money, you have the means to do it. You know, you want to take care of your mom. Yeah. But when she said, I gave my mom my old house, which, by the way, was really, really big.
Had a studio in the back, didn't it? Didn't they have a studio in the back?
And she said her mom never moved in because she didn't like the house.
And you know how long ago that was? That was a while ago.
She said 2 years.
That's been 2 years.
So you've been letting your daughter pay taxes on a house that you did not want to live in. And now you want a new house. You want another house. No, give me another one.
I wonder if this house is closer. That's why Mama Joyce is picking this house. And with the basketball court. Does Mama Joyce play basketball?
No. What does she
Be
need
her
that for?
future boyfriend. But I think it's absolutely ridiculous that Mama Joyce is asking Todd, are you getting your mama house? Like, this is a straight jab. But besides that, Kandi's worth $35 million. So who cares if she's buying Mama Joyce another house?
Yeah,
that other house is not going to be in the trash. Like, you're going to sell it.
No,
you know,
it's
you
true.
still own it. So I would buy my mom anything, and I don't think he is in the place to say anything to Candice.
Really? Even after Mama Joyce said she dreamt he had a vasectomy?
Yes.
Oh my God. No, yeah,
She had a
disrespect.
He had a vasectomy.
But the problem is her. It's not Kandi. Like, that's your daughter, and you want to give your mom anything you get.
So. Yeah, it's that same syndrome with her child, giving them whatever they want.
I mean, she's worth $35 million. She's not worth $1 million. She's not struggling. She's not.
Yeah, no, it's true. But I think that I don't know. It's just so.
She is very
shaking your head,
unappreciative. That's for sure, and that's wrong.
And it comes off like it's not even like you're guessing. She is very unappreciative.
Right. I think she's playing a part too. I think she's in for the TV, for creating a little.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking when I was watching when Kandi was talking to her mother as they're having the conversation in the house. And the way Kandi just laughs it off, it kind of comes off like she knows her mom is not really like this. She knows her mom is just acting up for the cameras.
Right.
And when she said she was gonna she should have chomped and at Todd's mom, and she's not gonna apologize. It just came off like, okay, Mom, I know you're just joking. You're just doing this for the
So would Mama
cameras.
Joyce be any of your vote for? What were you saying?
Okay, so I've decided that we've got to choose our Peach Fuzz recipient each episode, and she's one of my nominees for this episode so far.
I'm going with Apology.
Let's listen to that. That's a good segue. Okay. Now let's before we go into Apollo though, let's talk a little bit about Cynthia, the new Cynthia. 47, honey, you look good.
She looks amazing.
You are looking
She
good.
looks Cynthia, new injections. Somebody says,
because her face looks fuller, and at first I was like, did she gain weight? Did she get a little fatter? Or maybe that's Botox, perhaps.
honestly,
something with fillers.
I mean, you can see that she has injection, but when I heard 47, I'm like, girl, which doctor?
Yeah. She looks amazing.
Do you think she was right in not inviting NeNe and Portia?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they weren't going to come anyway.
Yeah. And it's your party. You invite whoever you want to invite.
Right. I honestly thought she would kick Apollo out when he's acting crazy, and because Kenya's supposed to be her friend, so why
But no,
let
Peter
her
must
leave?
have invited him.
That's his
Because
boy.
Peter's good at having a grand opening of any event. He can have the best grand opening. And what about the grand closing? That's what I need to know about. The grand closing, okay?
Yes, he is the honorary housewife, and he is good. That is his.
He holds that peach, right?
Stop.
He holds it.
And holds it well. Well, let's get in a little bit about Kenya and Apollo.
Oh.
And what was revealed? We finally know the truth.
I really believed Apollo. I really thought Kenya was
A whore.
Exactly.
I cannot believe in this day and age a man that looks as good as Apollo, who is married to a very powerful woman, would lie on his penis.
But he was lying because he had stuff going on, clearly.
Yes.
He wanted to get... there was something, Phaedra must have sensed something was going on, and this was a distraction. Because that is a huge lie, and she could sue him for slander. Because this went on TV, social media. People were making jokes about Kenya. That is not a joke for someone to say something like that.
Right. And I mean, and I guess what he was trying to say was because you lied about the or you told everybody about the text that I was sending you. So him being a sleaze bag, now he had to turn it on her and make her seem like she was the biggest whore ever. And of course, we all believed it. We all fed into it. And I kind of felt bad. And I kind of do feel like, okay, yes, he apologized after the weird apologies that he gave her, or whatever.
2 years.
Like,
2 years. So
Do
2
you-
years of trending whore on social media?
Yeah,
They'll
it's
call it
major.
Kenya whore.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that is not it. Oh, that was a fighting word.
Well, do you
Right.
think Phaedra is going to apologize to Kenya?
I honestly think,
I don't think so.
who? Okay. Wait, I think Kenya, she wants to be Mother Teresa, like, oh, violence is so wrong. I called the police because I don't want to associate with violence. But she yet won a revenge on Phaedra. So where is your compassion now?
Right.
Phaedra believed her husband. So you don't condone violence, but you condone revenge. So make up your mind. Yeah, I don't think Phaedra should apologize. I mean, she believed
I don't
her
expect
husband.
her to. She's
right?
already moved on, and she's got other stuff going on now.
Yeah.
With dealing with the kids and dealing with him going to
Right.
jail.
Very
So,
much so.
prison, you know what I mean? So I don't think she's going. That's like in the past for her. But this is a really good lesson for everybody. Like you
Yes.
can't believe everything. And he's never even seen her in L.A.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God!
Oh my
so
God.
disappointed. And I
And had no
realized how
remorse.
immature he was.
He had no remorse.
I didn't realize how immature he was.
Yeah,
He had no
it-
remorse.
None.
And he's like, even when he's apologizing to Kenya, he says it in a way that's like, oh, well, you know, now I'm going to jail and I just want to clear everything up before I go.
Right.
Why?
Why?
At this, are
Let
you
it
going to die
go.
in jail? Why?
Let the peaches drop and rot, Apollo.
no,
okay?
seriously.
And it was a weird lie. Who really offered fellatio?
I was laughing because
She coulda got him real good.
Everybody kept saying fellatio. He said fellatio.
Yeah.
They went in and then Cynthia goes into the back to the party and says, oh, he just said fellatio. And the funniest part was when Kandi comes up. Did you say that she didn't give you head?
Like Kandi is like the
Kandi is
realest in this
She is so
episode.
real. I
She's
love
breaking it down.
Oh my God.
Now, guys, we want to know what you think as well, so make sure you hit us up at
Yes,
hashtag
please.
RHOAAS. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, we're going to get into our fan questions, which we love. So we'll see you in just a second. Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing. So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot! I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama. Tell them, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
All right, and we're back. Before we get into our fan questions, we want to give some shout outs to some of our YouTube supporters. Quickly, Garrison Taylor, BlackRock 316, Laurie Cooper, Seal Powell, E. Richardson 1961, and Smarts Aggie 1217. And if I messed those up, please apologize. I apologize. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting us on YouTube. And since you're at the stream, a YouTube channel already, go ahead and hit subscribe. Now let's get into our fan questions. This is a really good one. From Marlene F. Do you think Phaedra Parks has any idea about Apollo's criminal acts before everything hit the fan? Woo! Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
Yes.
She's not stupid. She
She's not
knew
stupid.
something was going on. She knew something.
I really think Apollo is shady as F, so I don't know if she knew about it. She even said that she don't even drive fast because she's scared who's gonna raise the kid. And I believe it. I think Apollo really had a double life.
But she's gotten criminals out of jail before. She knows their behavior.
Right.
Their human behavior, when you've got something shady about to pop off, you start shading out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think she must have sensed something, not necessarily that, like this big, but maybe she sensed something.
Well, let me ask you guys, because their finances, even if they kept them separate, they had to be integrated because they were building a house together. And every time Apollo gets into an argument with her, he makes sure that the finances, that he talks about his contribution in the finances. So I'm like, you had to know something that was going into your bank account, this $15,000 of somebody else's money coming into your bank account. You had to know something.
Right.
So is she protecting herself and she protecting the kids?
I mean, but 8 hours a day, what is he doing?
But you know what? But she has been super busy with the kids and with her mortuary school and with being a lawyer. So maybe she has been so busy that she was like, I don't really know what he does, but I don't really care because I got stuff I got to do. As long as you take care of this, who cares?
Sometimes you really don't want to find out because, you know, if you're going to look for something, you're going to find something. So she might have sensed something, but if she didn't do anything, she didn't contribute, didn't collaborate in anything, I don't think.
But you gotta know what
But
the finances.
2.5, let's say 2 to 3 years, what is he doing? 8
And when
hours
people would
a day.
ask, what people would ask,
Yeah, and it was,
what does he do for a living? She would be like,
right. But no, but you remember wasn't he doing something like insurance, or he was doing something construction. It was some weird kind of, like, he had a desk job. He was doing something like, I don't know, insurance salesman, construction, something that was real low key. I remember him saying that last season.
I mean, Phaedra really tried. She wanted him to work with her in that mortuary business.
That's right. She did mention that to him.
She
said he would be, I don't know what he was supposed to be doing.
A pallbearer? I don't know.
He talked to the families. I think he would probably talk the one that talked to the families.
Oh, okay, good.
No, that's
because
true.
he has compassion, maybe.
He has lots of compassion.
Because he's a good liar. You can go talk to the families.
I thought maybe she probably thought his money that he was contributing came from his paycheck for being on the show. Because, you know, they do get paid for this. So.
Right,
yeah, but
they
don't get paid a lot.
I think because she took the brunt of whatever the finances were for the house, she paid for most of the stuff. The stuff that he had, he probably could just be like, that's probably where she thought it was coming from. Because now that they've been on the show for several seasons, their paycheck goes up and up.
Candace
Maybe that's why.
$450,000, but I don't think Todd, but you know, still.
They get something, but the women get the
they get a stipend. They get a peach stipend, okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next fan question, which is from Joshua W. He says, NeNe versus Kenya. It seems to be really split across the internet, that is. People either love them or can't stand them. Which Peaches team would you be on and why?
Wow.
Team NeNe. Only because I think Team NeNe would win. And I'm
Yeah.
Who has more followers? NeNe. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you're politically choosing NeNe.
Right. I mean.
Okay. Wow. I am a little split, but you know, I do like NeNe. NeNe's, you know, brought it from the bottom, and now she's here. You know what I mean? So team leaks. Team leaks over here. I'm sorry. I might have to. Okay.
Don't ask me. You already know what I'm going to say, and that is not anything but NeNe. I don't know. So I guess since my other option is Kenya, I have to be Team Kenya. But I will say this about Kenya this season, compared to other seasons. I actually kind of like her because I think she's been humbled. Once you get your face beat in on national camera, on national television, and you had all these people calling you names for years, it tends to break you down. And I think she's now at her bottom, and she's going to get built back up, and she's going to be nicer to people, and she's probably going to be more humble. So, Team Kenya for me.
Hopefully.
And I like Kenya, you know, for what, I mean, it's funny, it's a lot of popcorn that you need to watch her, but I mean, she brings something to the show too.
Oh, absolutely. I have to say, Team NeNe because we got a chance to see NeNe in her realness in the beginning when the show first started, when she was reprimanding her son, when she was making up with Sheree, you know, and now she is a little bit full of herself, but we got to see the more authentic side of NeNe versus Kenya. And rightfully so, now that we know what was down with Kenya and Apollo and all these rumors, she had this guard up. So now here's her opportunity, and I think she did say before the show started that this was her year of being vindicated and her
She
revenge.
did say that.
Right. She did say
I didn't know
that.
what she was talking about, to be honest with you, but she did say that.
How can an apology be your revenge, like your vindication? She said, oh, I'm gonna feel happy when Phaedra apologized, then I'm gonna be vindicated. How can an apology be a vindication? It's just so contradictory.
I think the final like nail in the coffin type of thing, like to finally clear this up that I'm not the whore that everyone has been claiming that I've been. All I need, the last final straw, is just for Phaedra to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but and then also Phaedra's down too. It's like, you know, Phaedra's going through this really tough time, and for her to be the person.
She's not worried about all that.
But Kenya came on a show with a fake boyfriend. That's why we didn't really like her in the beginning, because she had a fake relationship.
Yeah.
So
when they
it
get
wasn't
the whole
really for
haughtiness.
Phaedra that we started not liking her. Like
That's
that
true.
was before.
That's true, because Phaedra was actually, until the whole DVD, you know,
she
donkey
liked
booty
her.
thing happened.
Yeah,
she actually liked
was
her.
by her side.
She was like, she's amusing. You know, she she liked her. So.
But she started messing with her man, it became a different story.
And besides the fellatio thing, they did exchange text messages. And
there was some texting going on.
Maybe
what it said, though, we need to know. I mean, we don't need to know now, but there was something there that started this whole thing.
Yeah, obviously I think there was probably a little bad on both Kenya and Apollo's part.
Yes.
They probably had a little flirting going on. It was inappropriate. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't be texting this woman unless it's a group text message and your wife is on the text message with this woman. You probably shouldn't have been texting her. So there probably was a little, you know, probably like, oh, you look cute today. You too. Haha.
But the good thing is we know that there's no LA fellations. All right. Now, between NeNe and Kenya, quickly, I would like to know who would take acting lessons from them if you had to choose. The room is silent. That answers my question. What about business advice? If you had to choose,
I'd probably go with NeNe.
I'd go with NeNe.
Really, and why?
Kenya don't seem to have it together.
You know what? I'll for this one, I'll actually say I'll go with Kenya for real, because Kenya actually has had a production company and she's done a few DVDs, maybe nothing big, but it's her company, so she knows, and she's very hands-on with it. But I think NeNe is more of a, like, I'll have people do stuff for me. I am just the brand.
That's true.
So I think
she has the good ideas, but as far as the execution, before Kenya was on the show, she was doing these things.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like, you know, she just started doing these things on the show. She was doing these things before.
And I would say I would go with Kandi. All right. So quickly, we want to give some Twitter shout outs to some of our Twitter fans who've been following us and giving us questions. We love you guys. Claudia Jordan, _1 fan at 31250DA25842F. And Atlanta Housewives at RHOAA_fans. And we also want to give some Facebook shout outs for all that Facebook love. Casey Campbell, we love you. Adrian Abner and Moselle Moses Felder. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes.
Now, that's it for this episode, but we want to make sure you tune in next week because we will be back with some more juicy peach info for you. And make sure you go ahead and subscribe to theStream.tv since you're already here, and check out some of their other after shows. And we will see you next week. Tweet us throughout the week because we can keep the conversation.
Who was the peach fuzz for the week?
Peach fuzz of the week. Apollo and Mama Joyce. It's a tie. Okay. We love you. Bye, peaches.